Gold prices are up almost 20% for 2011, and it has been a wild and crazy ride. Richard, where did gold prices go in 2012? What's the range we have to look at?
The longer-term trend line remains unbroken and continues to take us from about 1750 near term, and then in 2012 to $1,800, and it will continue to rise. We're not seeing anything in the charts suggesting that these longer-term trend lines have been violated. At least 1,800 in the first half of 2012, and then building from there.
Does gold make new highs in 2012?
Absolutely, it would continue to make new highs, yes.
Do you have a price target for that? Are we looking at 2,000, 2,500?
We would be careful about going that high. We would have a lower range at about 1,775 to 1,800 in early 2012, and then building steadily throughout the year, probably taking us to about 1,900, 1,925, and then depending on many other variables, there's always the possibility of occasional breakouts close to 1975 in US dollars. And then on the other hand, if you have problems in the stock market globally, you could wind up having occasional breakdowns, which could create significant brief corrections of about 15%.
That sounds like a tug of war between deflation and inflation concerns.
Inflation and deflation always coexist. So you get breakdowns that are based upon these tug of wars between inflation and deflation and the activity between stocks and short-term money markets. And then different kinds of inflation expectations. All of those simply create a brief pause in the longer term trend line.
What's the biggest risk for gold prices?
A much more severe sovereign debt funding problem that would break out throughout Southern Europe and then in the EU, problems infecting the ECB that in turn would create potential infection for the United States.
And if that risk does occur, are we looking at a total breakdown for gold prices, or again, another big pause and short correction before we move higher?
Very, very deep correction, very significant breakdown, and then, ironically, quite a more vigorous breakout much higher afterwards.
All right, so the big takeaway for 2012 is that gold will move higher. You have to be aware of some corrections and breakdowns, though, along the way.